Hi, everybody. Welcome to ParentShift, Episode 2, with your Parent Shifters, Ty and Linda Hatfield, Parenting from the Heart. Today's topic is the emotional needs of your child. In Episode 1, we talked about the first emotional need, which was SMILE, because we're following the acronym SPECIAL. So today we're going to move on and talk about the letter P.
And P stands for every child needs to feel and be powerful in their world. So what's important for parents to know on this topic is children need to make decisions for themselves age appropriately. They need age appropriate choices to be given to themselves, to their child. They need to do self-care for themselves, making their own bed, doing their own laundry, making their own food, and be part of the family with chores to help out in the home. And with all those things, they feel more powerful in their home. So if you're having power struggles in your home right now, it's going to be tied into not letting them feel powerful in their world. So you want to think, when you're in the middle of a power struggle, how can I give my child more power in this situation? Quite often, parents overdo for their kids, and power struggles emit from that. So think about 100 years ago, families grew up on a farm, and children back then did lots of chores. And were they easy chores or crazy hard chores?
Crazy hard chores.
Crazy hard chores, like milking the cows at 4:30 in the morning, mending fences, using a knife, using a gun, slaughtering animals, right? Crazy stuff that we think now. But are our children any less capable today than they were 100 years ago? No. They are just as capable. It's what changes our expectations as parents. And the trap is, it's quicker, it's easier, it's more perfect if I do it as a parent. And we get caught up in that trap, and then one day we realize our kids are not doing enough for themselves. And we get calls from parents that have children that are 18, 20, 22 that are stuck, and this is a big part of it. They weren't being given enough power to self-care, chores around the home, age-appropriate decisions. And the only way you learn to make good decisions for yourself is to be given lots of decisions to be made for yourself. So making the decision is part of it. And you as a parent have to sit back and watch them make some mistakes and just know that they will grow from that and learn. But if you're making all the decisions, then they're not used to that thinking process in their frontal lobe. So that's power, and Melinda is going to give you one quarantine tip for how to work with power in the home.
So my quarantine tip for today is to teach your children how to do their own laundry if they don't know how to do it yet. A 7-year-old child is very capable of doing their own laundry without you if they have been trained to do so. After all, our kids are always on their phones and the computer and electronics, so if you know how to work all the electronics, it's very easy to learn to do your laundry. I suggest that you start at age 2 or 3. Even a 2-year-old can separate darks from lights. A 2 and 3-year-old can even take laundry like this and fold it into a little square and put it in the laundry basket. Around 3 and 4, they can actually start learning to fold their own clothes and put their own clothes away in their drawer. And if you keep the system up, by the time they're 7, they can certainly get a step stool, stand at the washing machine and pour the sugar in, as our daughter Kelly used to call it, and push a button. And then when it says beep, they can take it out and put it in the dryer and fold their own laundry and put it away. So it's never too late to begin if you haven't started this process yet and you have an 8-year-old, a 10-year-old, a 16-year-old who is not doing their laundry yet. Free yourself up and teach them to do their own laundry. It's very empowering. And then when they run out of clothes or clean underwear, they will take responsibility for that. You don't have to.
Do you mind telling them the story about Kelly not having clean underwear?
Oh, yes. Our youngest daughter, who's now 27, Kelly, when she was in about 3rd grade, her laundry day that was assigned to her with her input was on Monday. So it's Monday or Tuesday morning, and she comes into our bedroom before school starts and says, "Mommy, I don't have any clean underwear to wear." And I said, wow, sounds frustrating. So I just left it at that. She goes running down the hallway to her older sister and says, "Kristen, can I borrow underwear?" And of course, Kristen says,
"No."
Then she runs to the next bedroom where her other sister lives and says, "Carrie, can I borrow some underwear?" And Carrie says,
"No."
And then Ty says, "Kelly, you can borrow some of my underwear." And she goes running in her bedroom and slams the door. And about 2 minutes later, she comes running out and says, Mommy, I've decided I'm going to wear my bathing suit to school today." So she picks up her little dress, and there's her little bathing suit bottoms. And I said, great idea. So what a great opportunity for her to learn to solve her own problem, age appropriate. And guess what she did when she got home from school that day?
She did her laundry right away without being prompted.
Yes. So that was a great learning opportunity for her.
I do want to say one thing. My mom did all the cooking and cleaning in our home, even as a single mom, never trained us how to do any cooking. So it never entered my mind as a child going, "Gee, Mom, can you teach me how to cook so you don't have to? Or I can be empowered later?" Never entered my mind. So your children quite often are not going to go, especially at older ages, "Hey, can you teach me how to cook now?" You have to rely on yourself to release that. Otherwise, they're going to be stuck like I was in the cooking department.
Another story I want to share with you is from one of our grads. Her son must have been about 4 or 5 years old, and she sent me this video, and it was so cute. I had suggested that she teach him to do his own laundry, and so she started that process, and she had one of the stackables, so that the washer is on top and the dryer is on the bottom, and she gave him a big pole and told him, "You're going to go fishing." And so when the washer was finished, he took the pole and he went up and grabbed one item of clothing and then put it into the dryer below. And he loved it. And he spent about 30 minutes doing that process. So what a great way to keep your kids busy right now during the quarantine. They can pretend they're fishing with a fishing pole to get the wet clothes into the dryer.
Love that story, and just think what you can turn over to your child. And if you'd like more information about power, there's lots in our book, ParentShift, 10 Universal Truths That Will Change the Way You Raise Your Kids, or our latest little ebook. It's called Quarantine with Kids, and that's out now on our website, parentingfromtheheart.com, and it's exclusively there, not available anywhere else. And Linda's going to end with a quote.
So one of our ending quotes today is to ask yourself daily, weekly, or at least monthly, what's one thing I'm doing now for my kids that they could be doing for themselves? After all, we are supposed to be working ourselves out of a job so that by the time our children turn 18, we are unemployed. And it's a process. It's an 18-year process. So think about it. What's one thing I'm doing for my child today that they could actually be doing for themselves? And it might be something that you have to teach, or it could be something that you just need to let go of, that they already know how to do.
Great question. And finally, I would like to say that we are available on Zoom or Skype for parent coaching if you need extra help. And our class is coming up, Parenting from the Heart. Our 18-hour, 4-week class starts late October, so you can sign up for that. And one last finally.
And we send you off on your parenting journey with love, and we do so
from the bottom of our hearts.
See you next time.
Bye.